The man was an enigma, or at least a magician. Wherever Jack looked, he came up against a brick wall, a dead end. Quinn had managed to disappear into thin air, a feat even David Blaine would be proud of. But no one could truly disappear, could they? Jack's thoughts were interrupted by a hesitant knock at the door. He looked up as the door creaked open, and DS Amanda Cassidy's head, with her familiar jet-black hair, appeared around the door jamb. She wore a broad smile while brandishing a takeaway coffee cup and grease-proof paper bag. His stomach gave an appreciative grumble. "Morning, Gov," she grinned, depositing the coffee cup and paper bag on the desk. "I'm just moving in next door." "Thanks." Jack nodded his head towards the coffee. "Settling in?" Cassidy's grin widened. "I've bagged the desk by the window. It's bigger than the other one, so technically Chris should probably have it, but he's so loved up with Jenny I don't think he's even noticed." Her dark eyes sparkled with childlike excitement. "Good choice." Jack reached for his coffee cup and noted the tantalizing smell of a freshly prepared bacon and cheese toasted sandwich wafting from the paper bag. "So, how does it feel? Promotion suiting you?" The grin widened even more. "I can't thank you enough, Gov, for making me go for it. I couldn't have done it without your backing." Jack sipped at his coffee. "Like I said, you're a great detective. Certainly sergeant material. You deserve it." Cassidy turned towards the door, pausing with one hand on the handle. "How does it feel in here now, with Chris next door with me?" She glanced back over her shoulder, eyes twinkling. "Are you lonely?" Jack smothered the laugh behind his coffee and took a look at Cooper's old desk opposite. Now, stripped bare, the piles of paperwork had disappeared, as had the scrunched-up bacon sandwich wrappers and Coke cans that would normally have littered its surface. And he also noticed the quiet. "I'm fine," he replied. "This suits me just fine." And it did. Renowned bachelor and part-time recluse, according to some, Jack MacIntosh smiled at the solitude now surrounding him. It was just the way he liked it. Cassidy disappeared, and Jack turned his attention back to the two words decorating his notepad. James Quinn. Where the hell are you? The man Jack increasingly suspected as playing a role in his mother's death was proving hard, if not impossible, to trace. Feeling the grumbling in his stomach intensifying, he reached for the toasted sandwich. He'd barely taken the first bite when the chirping of the desk phone interrupted his thoughts. Finding it buried beneath a mass of paperwork, Jack lifted the receiver. "Joe MacIntosh?" Listening to the voice on the other end of the line, he made short work of the rest of his breakfast and scribbled the brief details onto his notepad. He nodded and swallowed at the same time. "We'll get out there right away." Draining the rest of his coffee, Jack shrugged into his jacket and grabbed his car keys, making the short walk to the office next door. DS Chris Cooper was sitting at his new desk, munching on his own trademark bacon sandwich. The smell of greasy fried meat and ketchup hung in the air. "I hope you've both been playing nicely. Remember, I'm only next door." Cooper raised his sandwich towards Jack. "Of course, boss." Cassidy was busily arranging her desk space. Jack noted a broad-leafed potted plant had appeared from nowhere, placed next to a complicated-looking pen and pencil holder. "Get that down your neck quickly, Cooper, and get your coats, both of you." Jack waved his car keys in the air. "We've pulled a case." Time, 11:30 a.m. Date, Friday, 20th of September 2013. Location, Tannockside B&B, Scotland. Isabel Faraday carried the drinks over to the small oak table by the window. The day had dawned bright and clear, with only a handful of clouds skipping through the pale blue sky on the tails of a gently stiffening breeze. "It's so lovely here," she sighed, taking her seat on a tartan-covered wooden stool. "I'm surprised Jack wanted to come home at all." Sitting on his own tartan stool, Stuart MacIntosh reached for the pint glass. "Well, I could certainly get used to this." Taking a sip of the cool lager, he closed his eyes to savour the taste. "You go easy. One's enough at this time of day. It's still early." "It's my first one for months." Mac grinned before taking another mouthful. "And I don't think you can get pulled over for being drunk in charge of these." He nudged the pair of crutches on the floor with his foot. "It's just nice to be out of that bloody hospital." Isabel placed her hand on Mac's forearm and gave it a